Everybody, it's Victor. It's time to lead and run near the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Monday, Mosh Pit. We did not have another video cross over 3,000 likes yet, but that is probably because it's the holiday weekend, and also just because, you know, July 4th, all that kind of good stuff. Hopefully everyone is having a fun and safe and dry Monday today. Obviously, we're getting hit by a storm right now, but you know what? That's not going to stop me from recording the Binding of Isaac Repentance. And I'm glad that everyone enjoyed the episode yesterday. I know that it was like just kind of like it's an off day, like sort of like I don't know how to describe it, but something different, you know, and I'm glad that I experimented with that because the majority of people did indeed enjoy that episode. So thank you very much for enjoying it and also supporting it. Here's your amazing statistic of the day, sent in here by Supporterino. This is the other person, or I should say persons, who also worked with their girlfriend Lixie Cats on the Sinvictus subreddit. I know that you can't read any of this right now because I want to encourage you to go check out the actual subreddit thread which Supporterino posted a couple of days ago. Go check it out. I did a full breakdown of these stats on my stream, actually. I'm not going to upload that to YouTube, but I might have somebody highlight that. So amazing stuff here. And yeah, I cannot wait to see if this project continues by Supporterino and Lixie Cats, because I do want to see, now that we have a solid baseline between that and the other statistic sheet that we had from VUCA, I want to see how everything else compares to it. So thank you both very much for putting in the work. So today is going to be Romeo 07 Lima P-Fit. Well, we've got Guppy's head and also the compass, which I'm definitely down for, obviously. We also have Bob's bladder, which is going to give us creepy bombs and a luck upgrade. Hey. So this is 0.1 damage up. It does give us a soul heart, but this basically ensures that we won't go to play the Sack Room Shuffle. And honestly, that's fine. Excuse me. We don't need to be playing the Sack Room so early on here. It's just better to just hoard as much HP as possible, then we'll go into the secret room, or the secret room. We'll hoard this HP and then go into the Devil Deal for the next floor, and hopefully cash it in for something super great, super amazing wagon adventure. The Gemini here. So people have been asking me lately, how come I don't target little Gemini, I just go for big Gemini? There's no really rhyme or reason to it. Honestly, like what I will say, if I had to give a singular reason, is because big Gemini is usually closer to me where I am rather than little Gemini, and he's just the biggest target. Yes, it does get fairly easier, I would say, debatably easier, depending on your movement speed, of going after little Gemini first before big Gemini, but you know, you could also just DPS them down kind of evenly, kind of like I am right now. Not that I'm trying to, of course. We don't want him to cut that corner. We need these rocks here. This arena is specifically designed for this fight here, so you don't let Gemini go around the rocks like he just did right there. But yeah, there's no real strategy behind it. It's literally just because big Gemini is usually the closest in proximity towards Isaac, and he's just the easier target. And look at that, we were able to get ourselves growth hormones. Got a big map here. Oh my gosh. We go on to the last piece question of the episode. This came in from the When Gambles Don't Pay Off episode. And, you know, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose them. And if you won every single time you gambled, then it wouldn't be gambling. It would just be a surefire thing and not fun at all. But the question came in from, I'm going to say, Iliasum2806. They said, question of the episode, I've been playing Isaac for some time, but I haven't really understood what the actual story is. What do you think actually happened, and is the actual ending of the game? As in, like, what do I think is the actual ending of the game? So Isaac was built with the intention of being open-ended, right? Like, you just don't know. It's open to interpretation. Ed has already stated this. And there's no real... I guess Ed is really the only person who truly knows what goes on in Isaac, but I have always felt that I'm gonna take Mr. Boom over Guppy's head. This is my official take on Isaac in general, the lore, etc. Officially, I think that Isaac is a messed up kid. I think everyone knows that. He's got a very, very creative and active imagination, and I think that a lot of the things that he sees in the game aren't actually happening. Now it's popularized this theory that Isaac is actually like suffocating and then dying in the chest because of obviously you have Hush, you have Blue Baby. Blue Baby's a reflection of himself, that sort of thing. My response to that, because I've never truly felt that that's the real story here. My response to that is it's more symbolic than actual literal suffocation. I think that he is with his mental state and everything. I did not mean to place that. I think that with his mental state and everything that goes on, the suffocation is just a symbolism for how he feels with his life and how, especially how he perceives his mother to be so oppressive. You know, obviously, I do think that the storyline is accurate when it comes to Maggie and her relationship to the father, who I don't ever recall ever being named. Maybe in like some sublore, or maybe one of the Four Souls cards. But I think that part is real. I think that is actually what has happened. The thing you have to remember, and the reason why I feel that you really can't trust anything in Isaac, is because Isaac has the classic case of the unreliable narrator, right? We already know that he makes things up in his mind, right? We don't actually know what happened to Guppy. Obviously, Guppy's just gone. Maybe he feels like he actually killed Guppy, or his mom killed Guppy, because obviously you see Guppy's paw inside the chest with him while he's supposedly, suffocating, that sort of thing, or at least turning into the demonic form that he feels that he perceives himself as. So you have to remember, it's an unreliable narrator. That is period, point blank. Anything and everything that happens in Isaac, you can't really take at face value. You've got to understand that you are dealing with a kid who has lots of issues, but a very imaginative and creative mind. So I think that a lot of the stuff that happens in Isaac is Isaac's own imagination working against him, or possibly the manifestation of how he sees himself, comparatively speaking, to other things in his world. I don't remember if I actually tried there or not. So that is my official take on what I think is happening in Isaac. Do I think that Isaac is dead? No. Do I think the real ending is with Isaac's dad, and the actual ending of the whole story arc of Isaac? I think that it is explained extremely well and very clear in Legend of Bumbo. Now, it's the ultimate ending, so I'm not going to spoil that for you. But if you've played Legend of Bumbo, then you know what I'm talking about. The true ending of Legend of Bumbo, I think, explains everything and anything that you need to know about what goes on in The Binding of Isaac. And that's why I've always considered that game's ending to be the true ending. And it does reinforce a lot of the stuff that I was talking about with Isaac feeling like he's being suffocated by his mother. Imagining himself to be a worse person than he actually is. His very creative mind kind of taking over, and he's doubting himself, that sort of thing, starts loathing, et cetera, et cetera. So that's what I truly think the story of Isaac is. And I could be completely wrong, or I could be exactly right. I mean, that's just the nature of how the storytelling goes. It is designed to be purposely ambiguous. And the way that people perceive things, my perception of stuff is not going to be your perception, and that's totally fine. Also, we didn't find a single key on this floor, and I'm kind of mad about it. I have no idea where the secret room is, dude. Okay. You need a key here, game. Or 4 pills. Okay, so we gotta go into this here small room, even though I didn't really want to. Because we have nothing that impedes our ability to gain keys. The game is just not giving us any. And if I recall correctly, we didn't even see one in the first floor, so I don't know what's going on here. We did get a Yave finally. I mean, we already got the compass, so we don't necessarily need to go into the tienda. But the shop is the better it's the better choice for us to go to if you only have one key, because even if there's no premium item in there that's worth it, you can at least always somehow find a key, unless of course you just don't have a key. So in this case, we are going to bomb the donation machine to get PH Dizzle, and then we will have enough left over for the soul heart or for the sack, and I'm going to take the sack, which gives us that. The luck up here, health up here from PH Dizzle. Health up. And we will go take a look at these pills here, and we get a tears up. Yo, okay. PH Dizzle coming alive. Get another luck up. Another HP up as well. I'll save Lemon Party for the next boss, but we unfortunately are not going to be able to go into the item room. But still, going to the shop was a better strategy because obviously we got PH Dizzle. Okay. Sorry, just taking a sip. Taking a sip of my Gatorade Zero. We have enough HP to go in the curse room just immediately. I like the idea of taking Mr. Boom here, especially with creepy bombs. It does deal a significant amount of damage to anything stupid enough to stand on top of it. And it just gives us free bombs. So those are bombs that we can use for offense. Those are bombs that we can use for tinted rocks and stuff that we don't have to worry about trying to find a secret room. Or even, like I said, just offense. Mr. Boom is very excellent doing that. Ooh. Except now we get 0.8 tears up with Wiggle Worm, but that's a little bit much. So I'm going to go ahead and pass on that. A 0.8 tears up's great, but Wiggle Worm is annoying to watch and annoying to play with. Happy that we got growth hormones. It does give us a nice movement speed upgrade as well as a damage upgrade. So possible key over here that we can possibly get, out of the mob trap room. Nope. Yeah. Well, we have PhD. There could be pills in here. Yeah, we got a key and 5 cents now, so we can go into the shop if we really wanted to get another soul heart. But the object here would be to at least get to 7 cents so we can get maybe a half-price premium item. Wow, that instant shot from the Pooter almost got us. That would be one of those rage-inducing shots where it's just like they immediately shoot before the graphic of the mulligan's even done being removed from the game. You've always got to outrange one of these flying anus monsters. Outrange them and you don't have to worry about them. Okay, one bomb for 3 cents is not necessarily the best thing. I mean, we can go with the Book of Sin. It could give us pills, potentially. It could also give us bombs and keys and soul hearts, so I am going to end up taking these pills here. Probably should have used Mr. Boom for that, but oh well. People have been asking me, have I seen the news about the new Godzilla Kong? The answer is yes. I did see that the follow-up is going to be happening in 2027, I think. So we're a ways off from that. But, man. I'm still going. If I'm still going by 2027, oh, baby. Expect to see and hear a lot of Godzilla stuff. I'm excited. Like, the whole reason why it's still the MonsterVerse is continuing is because the new Empire did so well at the box office. In a summer filled, early summer anyway, filled with like lackluster, non-blockbuster films, Godzilla and Kong crushed it. They did over $500 million, dude. I'll take Diplopia, I guess, but I don't know. Diplopia has been showing up a lot lately, and we've not been able to really capitalize on its value, but it's not really my fault. The game is just not playing nice. So, for better or for worse, so get Frag Mega, a boss that can't be hit by Lemon Party. Better or for worse, though, we're gonna stick with Diplopia. Lady Pin's going to give us another shot speed and range, more importantly, and we don't care about perfection. Still surprised we haven't seen a planetarium yet because we skipped that first item room on floor 2. I don't need that. I'll take the bombs. I'll take them bombs. Bob's Curse now gives us plenty of bombs to work with. The compass is keeping us pretty much focused on going straight to the boss, as always. That's basically what I use it for. But I also use it for spotting. Like, I want to see if we have a sack room. I want to see if we have a boss trap room, mob trap room. You know, if we have a planetarium or library, that sort of stuff. Helps plan the route better. We're not exactly on pace for boss rush, which is now starting to become a little more important with us having Diplopia, because we can get some major value out of there. Especially if we could somehow manage to get some kind of reroll for the boss rush, that would be nice. To me, are these needles moving a lot faster than usual? Hey, am I imagining that? Okay, we only have one key. I'm still gonna go in the shop because we have Diplopia. Yeah, this is not what I wanted. The movement speed up, thankfully. We do get a Yave and a Sun card. Okay. Another 5 bombs, so now we have plenty. Not only do we have plenty of bombs, we have plenty of bombs. This would constitute a room I do not feel like being in. And you can just do that. I mean, that's another one of the freedoms that Mr. Boom gives you is you can, if you just don't feel like being in a room or a room that's annoying or dangerous, just bomb your way out. It's that simple. There's absolutely no rule in Isaac saying that you must clear this room. You can't skip this room. Wow, look at the damage there from Bob's bladder. Holy smokes. Chubb had no chance. We get an HP upgrade, which is not exactly what we wanted. Well, I mean, Sanguine Bond, you know, I'm willing to go the distance here. We're starting at 5.19. Okay, damage upgrade. We're going to lose these bone hearts. That's fine. Gain soul hearts. I really don't want Rotten Baby. Oh, we got bounced into him, so. Okay. Okay, we've. Okay, thank you for damage. Appreciate it. Money. We got the Leviathan transformation. Yo, that's a 2% chance, baby. I would go down to 1 heart. 1 soul heart, I should say. Another damage upgrade. Another damage upgrade. Oh, man. There we go. Sanguine Bond showing you how it's done. And that was a huge, huge Leviathan transformation there. That allowed us to get those extra taps for the damage upgrades from Sanguine Bond. Use the Sun card now, and at least shows us where the Secret Room is. And now with 7.5 damage and 3.8 tears, this run turns into something totally different than what it was only a few moments ago. Especially now that we've picked up Rotten Baby, we have extra DPS with the flies, which is good. Also known as Bueno. Or Moolah. Or problems. How did that hit the poop but not the keeper that was of even level of the poop? That is a new level of clown physics. Rarely ever seen. That does not pass the smell test there, game. Gotta remember, Isaac just makes up the rules sometimes. Like it consistently and constantly breaks its own rules. Something that is written in stone one day is all of a sudden just replaced by something else in Isaac's rules. Just gotta remember that. This took care of all those Globins for us. Appreciate that. Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it. We get a damage upgrade here for Glass Eye. It's very good. Hoping that we get a few more speed ups as well. We're still maybe... We still have an outside chance of getting boss rush here with 16.5 minutes. But it's gotta be quick, though. E-Bizzle. Did a quick scan for his tinted rocks. Didn't see anything in there. I'm not going to go in the dice room because we just simply don't have enough of the keys. Well, I don't know how the fly managed to miss that spider, but... Still not worried here. We can't play scared. Got lots of damage. We got we have mobility. We've got survivability. We got EFF, I guess. But we got to get very lucky with this next map here. Now, obviously, D-Bizzle does nothing with... The BFF does nothing with D-Bizzle. But our fly damage from Rotten Baby, I believe, is boosted a little bit. But just the Rotten Baby flies. It's not like a hive mind. It doesn't give us like a permanent like fly and spider upgrade like that does. See if we get lucky. Whoa, what was that? The text was like black down at the bottom there. That was weird. There was no shadow. It was like inversed. That was very strange. Gotta be careful with the spikes in here. We cannot afford to get hit by Loki or any of the bombs. This is where Rotten Baby is gonna help us out by basically being able to outrange anything in this room. It's our job to stay clear of the spikes. So we get an HP upgrade. No surprise there. We only have a minute and a half to get there. Minute and a half to get to boss rush. This is going to slow us down significantly. Really, all we need is just one soul heart here from D-Bizzle. This room single-handedly killed our boss rush chances here. Like we even know where to go, and it's gonna take forever and a year to get there. Never ever plan on coming back to that room. D-Bizzle has a soul heart opportunity here, and he's going to fail miserably. These creepy bombs are doing work here. Still have not seen the tinted skull yet. D-Bizzle does finally pay out. Hoping that's got to be in the next room, otherwise we are sunk. The shot traveled at the perfect speed to be invisible. Okay, that one I have no explanation for. There's no tinted skull anywhere around here. So it's probably in the mini-boss room. And we have very little time to make a decision. Are we going to go boss rush or not? Fanny Pack's good. I like Fanny Pack. Charge Baby is good, but not what we want. Hierophant. We're not gonna make boss rush. I'm not going to use the Hierophant, but I'm gonna hold on to it. Team stay on Hive Mind. Hive Mind wouldn't be bad. We're not gonna make boss rush. Angry Fly does contribute towards Beelzebub, but we already have flying from Leviathan. So what I may do in the Devil Deal is I may end up using Diplopia after I use the Hierophant card to give us HP, and then we get a free Devil Deal or Devil Deals, whatever. Obviously, we don't know what's in there yet. Yeah, D-Bizzle, you're 1 for 2 here, son. I mean, you can even drop us pills. Remember, we got PH Dizzle. So I wouldn't mind getting Hive Mind, no pun intended. It would help us with the damage from Rotten Baby, but we could also get something else. Something better. Obviously, Hive Mind was absolutely necessary in that run that we had for the Sinvicta Challenge 2 weeks ago. First room is cursed bad, as always. Steve Bizzle can hook us up here. I want you to pay us outside of the room, though. Feet up, and another spider from D Bizzle. So, yep. So, that's how you get kicked off the team there, D Bizzle. Not a good matchup for us, but thank God we have flying. And honestly, our damage is not terrible either. It's just, we're just a tough boss to not take any damage from at all. Left hand, like if you've watched me for a long time, you know that I'm a left hand supporter. But I do feel like lately, the more times that we take the left hand, it seems like we are just getting burned and burned and burned by it. Not sure where the secret room are. Well, we know we're not. We know it's not there. Could be in the elbow here. Is. Okay, more Yaves. It's fine. I'm just trying to. I basically am just trying to figure out if I want Hive Mind or not. And I'm hoping that we get more hearts so D Bizzle can actually give us a chance to give us another spider. Okay, so we can take Hive Mind now. Hive Mind is a go. Or we could re-roll, but I'm just gonna stick to the plan. Let's keep it simple. Let's get Hive Mind. We have BFF already. It gives us a lot of extra damage. And then we can get a free double deal and an additional 2 extra soul hearts from Diplopia and Hierophant, as long as we don't miss this double deal here. Do need some more tiers though. 3.80 is good, but not good enough. Be careful with the super jumps. Ambient Blue Mom does a full heart of damage. Okay. I'm gonna take the Polaroid. E-Bizzle does finally hook us up. And yeah, that would be Guppy. That would be Guppy. I don't actually want Mom's Knife. But I am going to use the Hierophant card. Although, Mom's Knife... 2 Mom's Knives is pretty good. This does give us 20/20. You do not need 2 Maw of the Voids. I'm going to take double Mom's Knife because it does give us a natural 20/20 and we don't have to worry about the damage down. And that's pretty powerful now with Hive Mind. And I'm glad I did because it's Curse the XL. So, huge time play there. Diplopia finally paying off for us. For once. Even though we did end up losing the boss rush, it didn't matter. And... What? Excuse me? What did we get hit by over here? Are you telling me I ran into this rock down here? Is that what happened? I don't know. I guess I honestly have no clue what happened there. I was talking about some other stuff and then Heard Isaac get hurt. The Guppy's tail is going to hurt our key economy just a little bit. But it's at a very small price to pay. Okay, well now it doesn't matter. A very small price to pay for getting Guppy. And in case you're wondering how did we get Guppy if we only had 2 Guppy items, because remember we only had 1 previously. Remember, we started with Guppy's head, that counted as 1. Touching Guppy's tail is a second one, and then touching another Guppy's tail that we duplicated with Diplopia counts as a third. And now we're just rocking and rolling. You open up chest for days. Yeah, that's the damage. Damage is getting crazy. We are going to take super bandage here. Yeah. Yeah. We don't really have anything worthwhile in Old Hushy's room. Like, we don't even have a premium. We don't have enough for a premium item in the shop. We do have a reroll. Let's see what the Soul of Isaac can give us. Old Hushy. We haven't seen a first lap of Old Hushy in a while. I'm a little bit nervous about using all my keys for this. And we got 2 of them back anyway. Okay, well, Hot Bombs is probably going to be it. We did get enough money to get his premium item in the shop now. Okay, this is not what we want here, game. Yeah. Yeah, that's why we don't go to Old Hushy. So we're going to save Soul of Isaac for the chest. Made a tweet the other day saying that I was very disappointed that no one on TV, at least none of the ones that I saw, no weather reporter once said, "It's barreling towards us." You know, it's Hurricane Barrel, so I was sad. Maybe my dadisms are just overtaking my brain now, and I think in a constant state of dad puns. But like that was the most obvious one to me, and no one said anything. I was like, well, I thought it was funny. Oh yeah, we don't have polar invincibility. Look at the damage here from the Guppy flies, the 2020. The non-2020 dual knives. Charge up time of Maw of the Void is pretty substantial. Trying to get into melee range just enough to get a constant stream of flies into Old Hushy. There we go. Took a little bit more damage than I would like, but it's not like we're in any danger or anything. Down goes Old Hushy. I often wonder what life is like for a new subscriber here in the Mosh Pit to be a full literal decade behind of like our references and little Sinvicta-isms and stuff. And I often wonder if it's rough for them. Hopefully not. I mean, I don't think there's that many references that we make. You know, I think there's a lot of inside jokes here and there. Obviously, I've been told that I have a very dry sense of humor, which is probably correct because, like, really dumb stuff, and I mean really, really dumb stuff makes me laugh. And I also deadpan a lot of stuff, which a lot of people, if you don't know me very well, they misconstrue as, like, you know, like I'm just trying to be funny, but I'm not. As cringe, which is fine. I mean, not everyone gets that style of comedy. The deadpan style is very my style though. Like that's just how I've always kind of felt. monotone delivery, you know. Maybe that's the reason why I like Mitch Hedberg so much when he was alive. 2 clubs, doubles our bombs. This has definitely been a bomb run. Been a good run, though. We didn't really have any necessarily dangerous scenarios other than being down to 1 heart, which was self-inflicted. And I'm glad that I ended up taking Hive Mind over re-rolling it for something else. I did not know that we were going to get Guppy, obviously, but Bloody Gust. And get Maggie's Bow, which I will take. Euthanasia's fine. Bloody Gust doesn't really matter, but I'll take it just for movement speed. And I don't care about spinning top. Golden Key is going to seal the deal for us if we do happen to get any chests in the chest. So we can chest while we chest. And I do appreciate everyone who was worried about the current weather situation down here. It's a really fast-moving storm. It's not even a hurricane now, so, like, I'm not worried. I have definitely seen my fair share of hurricanes. I think the worst that I've ever seen was probably Harvey. Harvey was on a different level of rain. I have never seen that much rain come down. Even in Bermuda, I'd never seen that much rain. I mean, that was an ungodly amount of rain. Like apocalyptic levels of rain. And how long Harvey stuck around the area was really the big problem, because he just never left. But Barrel's not that bad. So thank you for watching, everyone. Very smooth, very awesome run. I hope you enjoyed it. Great start to the week here in the Mosh Pit. If you did, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below, and thank you for those of you who do send super chats. I've been noticing people been upticking that on the little extra tip button down there. Do you see our super thanks? I think that's what they're called here on YouTube. So thank you all very much for all the support here. I'd love to see this video start off the week with 3,000 likes. Thank you for the feedback as well on the like streak goal. And as always, I will see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. I'd like to thank some pages of mine like PokeStick, RageGod91, and SlyPork98. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.